On this episode of AMA Air, see what opportunities are available when you support the AMA Foundation.
Also, learn how the AMA partnered with our local United Way to create a takeoff and read program.
And find out when an 8-day festival of model rocketry will blast off. All that and more on this episode of AMA Air.
And welcome to AMA Air, your source for modeling news. I'm Chris Savage.
And I'm Claire Oldenheisen.
AMA has awarded more than $1 million in college scholarships since its scholarship program started in 1970. This year, a total of $50,000 in scholarships was given to 13 AMA youth members. This scholarship money is generated through donations by model aviation organizations, individuals, AMA members, a portion of AMA member dues, and through donations to the AMA Foundation. If you've never donated to the AMA Foundation, helping aspiring pilots might be a good reason to start now. Donating is easier and more fun than you think.
In addition to making donations, one of the fun ways that you can support the AMA Foundation is through participating in the Friends of the Foundation Fun Fly. This year, the September 13th through 15th event will take place at the International Aeromodeling Center in Muncie, Indiana. Pilot registration is $40 and includes 3 days of flying, dinner on Saturday evening, and a swag bag. You can register online now at amafoundation.modelaircraft.org.
If you can't make it to this year's Foundation Fun Fly, another way you can support the AMA Foundation is by shopping on Amazon. Amazon Prime Day will take place in mid-July this year. When you shop for great deals on that day, make sure that you use Amazon Smile and select AMA as your charity to support. When you shop with Amazon Smile, a portion of those sales are donated to the AMA Foundation.
Still looking for ways to support the AMA Foundation? Maybe you have an unused car taking up space in your driveway or garage. Have you thought about selling it but don't want to mess with the hassle? The AMA Foundation has partnered with Cars Incorporated to accept vehicle donations including cars, trucks, vans, SUVs, motorcycles, ATVs, RVs, trailers, and even full-scale airplanes. Your vehicle will be picked up from your home for free, and when it is sold, the foundation receives a portion of the proceeds. To learn more about all of the ways you can donate to the AMA Foundation, visit modelaircraft.org/donate.
Many well-known modelers got their start in model aviation at a young age. AMA's National Model Aviation Museum recently hosted an elementary school class that earned a field trip, including a museum tour, model airplanes, a pizza party, and a day of fun for reading 129 books. Let's take a look at the student celebration.
The Academy of Model Aeronautics have partnered with the United Way of Delaware County because we recognize that a lot of our children are living in poverty, and studies have shown that children that aren't reading at grade level by grade 3 are really at risk for not being academically successful in their future. So we have identified that risk, and we have been working together to create this program to increase grade level reading in the community. So the students that visited the AMA today were from a local 3rd grade classroom in Yorktown Elementary. It was Kathy Stagg's class, and they won because they read the most books in the community. The Academy of Model Aeronautics provided aviation-themed books to the local schools to assist with the challenge, and the classroom that won was able to come to the AMA headquarters and have a Model Aviation Day experience. So as part of that experience, we brought them here, we gave them a tour of the museum. They were able to build the FPG-9 glider. They were able to go outside and fly their gliders while talking about the 4 forces of flight. Afterwards, we gave them a demo of some of the aircraft that people fly here every day. After that, we had a pizza party, and every kid was able to take home a radio-controlled model airplane. We have found that a lot of our youth members that are really active in model aviation are also successful academically. So we recognize that within our community, if we can help increase the reading level of our local students, local children, then we can probably get more kids to come in and try out model airplanes.
Thank you to the United Way of Delaware County and Henry County for helping make the Takeoff and Read Challenge possible. I'll be honest, I don't know that I've read 129 pages in the last year, let alone 129 books. It's incredible.
I'm pretty sure I read like 65 books last year. I kept track of it.
Really?
Yeah.
What was your favorite book?
Oh my gosh, I have so many favorite books. You know what? Sabriel by Garth Nix. That's my favorite book.
Favorite book.
Yep.
All right, well.
It's about fantasy and dead people.
To all of our audience, do you have a copy of your own?
I do.
Okay, so don't send any copies of that to Claire because she has one already.
I have 2 copies. Coming up, find out what FAA requirements your club needs to follow to fly in controlled airspace.
And still ahead, take a look at some upcoming events and learn how you can find one near you.
If flight time is on your agenda this Father's Day, consider attending the Father's Day Open Fly-In and Air Show in Lennon, Michigan. The event takes place June 16th from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m.
The Fort Wayne Flying Circuits Club will hold its Bob Hartwig Memorial 31st RC Old Time Contest June 19th to the 21st. The event is open to all Society of Antique Modelers members and takes place in New Haven, Indiana. SAM events include Speed 400, Brown Jr., Texaco, and Electric Texaco. Lunch will be provided.
A fun fly that includes a swap meet, night flying, camping, and a barbecue dinner will take place June 20th to 23rd. The inaugural Longmont Aircraft Modeler Association's LAMA Fest 2019 will be held on a new 750-foot runway in Brighton, Colorado.
The Palomar RC Flyers will hold a fun fly at their Fallbrook, California flying site this month. The Warbird Fun Fly takes place June 22nd from 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. Electric, gas, and glow-powered airplanes and helicopters are welcome. Pilots will enjoy a shaded pit area and can participate in a raffle.
A flying site in Frankfort, Kentucky will be the venue for 2 days of fun flying, a swap meet, and an auction. The Vintage Firebirds event takes place June 22nd through 23rd and will include rudder-only demonstrations and classes 2 and 3 patterns.
Be ready to experience some of the most intense flights you've ever witnessed at the 2019 Helis over Delaware. Beginner to pro pilots are welcome to attend the June 28th to 30th event. Buddy box training will be available for new pilots. The fun fly takes place in Bear, Delaware, and will also include drone racing, flight demonstrations, and night flying. For more information on these events or to find one in your area, you can check out the sanctioned event calendar in Model Aviation or at modelaircraft.org.
Coming up, learn about a large rocket event that will take place this summer and how its organizers plan to recognize a famous AMA member's accomplishment.
Join in on the excitement of the National Aeromodeling Championships. Register today at modelaircraft.org/NATS.
The AMA Government Affairs Department has an update about recent FAA developments. The FAA has announced new guidance for recreational flyers. One of the requirements is to form a letter of agreement between AMA members operating from a fixed location in controlled airspace and air traffic control. To help with this process, AMA sent a questionnaire to all club presidents and club contacts with flying sites in controlled airspace. It's important that your club fills out this form and returns it to AMA by June 16th to prevent disruptions at your flying site. Please contact AMA Government Affairs or the AMA Clubs Department with questions.
Last month, we gave you a sneak peek of a video that AMA has produced about one of its late members who also happens to be the first person to walk on the moon. This summer marks the 50th anniversary of Neil Armstrong's famous first steps. You can watch the full video created to accompany an article in the June issue of Model Aviation magazine on our YouTube channel. You can find it at youtube.com/modelaircraft.
So the rocket that took Neil Armstrong to space was the Saturn V, right? And so you told me about some really interesting things about the Saturn V just before the show started.
Yeah, so the Saturn V, it launched from Kennedy Space Center 13 times, and it's one of the only rockets to leave the Earth orbit, and it has no fatalities. So unlike many of the experimental rockets that came before it, it has a pretty good track record. So I'm excited.
Impressive. So I'm sure a lot of that model testing played a big role in that.
Exactly. Yeah, NASA builds many, many models. They have lots of wind tunnels, actually. And they're not all operational anymore, but models have played a big part in the development of NASA. And I don't think a lot of people know that.
Yeah.
And, you know, we say this on the show so often, it sneaks into different places. I think model aviation is just everywhere.
Yeah. And the Saturn V is a good example.
Exactly.
Well, speaking of the Saturn V, there's going to be an 8-day event at the International Aeromodeling Center right here in Muncie, Indiana, where you can relive that historic Saturn V launch, but on a smaller scale. It's during the National Association of Rocketry's Rocketry Festival. Throughout the July 26th to August 3rd event, the 50th anniversary of the Apollo 11 mission will be commemorated with scale Saturn V launches and an Apollo spot landing event. Several model rocket pilots are expected to attend the event, which will include a chance to compete for a spot on the 2020 FAI World Space Modeling Championships team. You can learn more about this exciting event at www.nar.org. Well, that's all for this episode of AMA Air. You can stay connected with us by following us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram.
For even more videos, make sure you subscribe to our YouTube channel. And from all of us here at AMA, thanks for watching.
We'll see you next time, but for now, it's time to get flying.